Tonight's headlines: Army Chief proposes martial law in Sulu. Senate panel wants criminal raps against Abad and Garin. COVID-19 cases in the country breach 197,000 mark. Displaced private school teachers to be hired as blended learning tutors. PSEi climbs on bargain hunting. Peso continues winning streak. NBI to send forensics team to Jolo to recover bombers' DNA. And Habagat to bring rains and thunderstorms over Ilocos. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, August 25, 2020. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. Philippine Army Chief Lieutenant General Cirilito Sobejana on Tuesday stressed that it is high time to again place the province of Sulu under martial law following twin blasts that left at least 15 dead in Jolo town. In a statement, Sobejana said that he would recommend a declaration of a state of emergency or martial rule in the area, as while there was an initial negative reaction, the people themselves requested for its extension. To recall, President Rodrigo Duterte declared martial law in the entire Mindanao after the May 2017 siege in Marawi City. It was extended thrice until December 31, 2019. Sobejana added that it's high time to bring it back to ensure the safety of the residents in the province. The Army Chief also revealed that 4 soldiers who were killed by policemen last June were on the trail of 2 female suicide bombers who triggered the explosions, and with that incident, they somehow got out of their monitoring. Bayan Muna Representative Euphemia Kulyamat, on the other hand, said military rule is not the answer after the deadly blast, adding that the declaration of martial law will not solve bombings in Jolo because the armed forces will only abuse it. The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee on Tuesday recommended the filing of criminal charges against 2 former cabinet secretaries and officials of the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation over their alleged involvement in an illegal disbursement of funds in 2015. Former Budget Secretary Florencio Butch Abad, former Health Secretary and now Iloilo Representative Janet Garin, and several PhilHealth officials are liable for technical malversation after they allegedly used the insurance firm's 10.6 billion peso fund for senior citizens for other projects, according to the panel's committee report. The Senate report said that the loss of 10.6 billion pesos that was spent on uncompleted projects for political campaign purposes stunted PhilHealth's financial growth, and noted that by diverting the budget, then DOH Secretary Garin and company put in disrepute the integrity of the PhilHealth fund and derailed the march to efficient and reliable health insurance in the country. Garin headed the PhilHealth board then as the country's health secretary. The report added that former PhilHealth President and CEO Alexander S. Padilla, who agreed with the transfer of funds, should also face similar charges. Garin was earlier blamed for the alleged anomalous procurement of the Dengvaxia vaccine after she was seen meeting with its manufacturer shortly before the Philippines bought thousands of vials for the Aquino administration's anti-dengue campaign. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Pumunta sa bangko?
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app? So you can do all these without going to the bank. Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
The number of coronavirus disease infections in the country has breached the 197,000 mark following 2,965 confirmed cases on Tuesday, bringing the total number of infected to 197,164. Of the total cases in the country, 61,730 even are regarded as active cases, even as researchers project the country's cumulative tally of cases to reach between 220,000 to 230,000 by the end of the month. Of today's cases, 1,575 are from Metro Manila, while 237 are from Negros Occidental, 151 from Laguna, 129 from Cavite, and 95 from Batangas. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, now stands at 132,396 after 368 recuperations reported, while the death toll is now at 3,038 following 34 fatalities recorded. As of August 23, the Philippines has tested 2,189,989 individuals for the coronavirus disease, of whom 230,657 yielded positive results. Nationwide, around half of the 1,700 ICU beds, of the 12,800 isolation beds, and of the 5,200 ward beds allotted for COVID-19 patients are still available. The Department of Education on Tuesday announced that private school teachers whose livelihoods were affected by the coronavirus pandemic can be hired as tutors for blended learning. Some 440 private schools in the country will cease operations in the coming academic year due to low enrollment turnout, according to data from the DepEd. The agency saw the need to hire tutors for blended or distance learning, as it acknowledged that not all parents are capable of teaching their children who will be learning at home in the coming school year, since in-person classes remain prohibited. Education Undersecretary Revsi Escobedo said that the department was also eyeing to expand its subsidies, such as the educational service contracting for junior high school students, so more learners can enroll in private institutions. Around 1.7 million learners have registered in private schools as of Tuesday, according to DepEd data, and this was 41.7% of the total number of private school students last year. Nearly 400,000 private school students have also transferred to public schools, and education officials have blamed the low enrollment in private schools to the pandemic's effects on the livelihood of families. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kaming natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
Yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break. first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
In business, share prices on the Philippine Stock Exchange closed in the green on Tuesday as investors' hunt for cheaper stocks lifted the market. The bellwether PSEi gained 9.86 points or 0.17% to 5,953.44 at the closing bell, while the broader all shares increased by 8.03 points or 0.23% to 3,548.60. AAA Equities head of research Chris Mangun said that the PSEi ended slightly higher as selling pressure diminished. After several days of selling, bargain hunters have returned and scooped up battered shares. Foreigners were net sellers at 463.06 million pesos, with 2.186 billion pesos worth of shares sold against 1.723 billion pesos bought. Mangun added that the general sentiment remains very cautious as the new coronavirus cases keep rising and show no signs of slowing down, and the market will continue sideways. Investors see more signs of the economy's recovery. More than 1.246 billion shares, valued at 4.559 billion pesos, change hands. Decliners led advancers 109 to 84, and 51 issues were unchanged. In other developments, the Philippine peso continued its winning streak against the dollar for the second consecutive trading day on Tuesday, carving another fresh three-year high. The local currency gained 12 centavos to close at 48.5 pesos to a dollar from Monday's finish of 48.62 pesos to a dollar. This is the strongest in over 3 years since the unit closed at 48.48 pesos to a dollar on November 4, 2016. Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation Chief Economist Michael Ricafort attributed Tuesday's appreciation to the approval of the Bayanihan 2 bill. He noted that the peso continued to strengthen after the House of Representatives approved the Bayanihan 2 after earlier approved by the Senate, now for signing by President Rodrigo Duterte. To recall, the House of Representatives on Monday ratified the Bayanihan to Recover as One Act, which is now up for the signature of the President. Ricafort also stressed that the peso is also stronger after the continued weakness in the US dollar versus major global currencies, with less demand for the US currency as a safe haven as US stock markets mostly posted new record highs, and global stock markets also most gained amid optimism on positive developments on possible vaccines for COVID-19. We will be back after these reminders.
In the days ahead, we need to lean on the values that make us a great company, the Malasakit, for which we are known, and the understanding that, as San Miguel, we stand for something far greater than ourselves, that we have responsibility to extend a hand to those who most need it. It is our sense of duty and obligation, pagkakaisa and malasakit, that will see us through these difficult times. Kwentong Malasakit.
In other news, the National Bureau of Investigation said Tuesday it would send a forensics team to Jolo town in Sulu to assist security forces in determining the identity of the bombers responsible for the twin explosions Monday that killed at least 15 people. According to NBI officer in charge Eric Distor, a team composed of 5 to 7 members with background in forensics will be deployed in Jolo. Aside from recovering DNA samples from the suspected perpetrators, the team would also gather and analyze the fragments of the bomb in the area and determine the type of explosives used. The Philippine Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Cirilito Sobejanas had said earlier that the Indonesian widow of the first Filipino suicide bomber could be behind the double bombing that whipped through Jolo. Prior to the attack, authorities had been hunting down two female suicide bombers in the area, including the suspect in Monday's blast. Sobehana also revealed that one of the female suicide bombers was the widow of Norman Lasuca, who set off a bomb strapped to his torso in Indanan town in June 2019, killing 6 people. The other alleged bomber being tracked down is the Filipino wife of Abu Dalha, a sub-leader of an Abu Sayyaf unit. And Pag-asa announced that the southwest monsoon is expected to bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the Ilocos provinces. The State Weather Bureau also added that the southwest monsoon will affect Batanes and Babuyan Islands. In its 24-hour forecast, the weather agency warned affected residents of possible flash floods or landslides due to moderate with at times heavy rains. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers may also prevail over Metro Manila and the rest of the country due to the southwest monsoon and localized thunderstorms. Flash floods and landslides are also possible during severe thunderstorms. Sunrise is at 5:43 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:11 p.m. We'll pause for a short break. Stay with us.
With these cell sites, it affords us better cooperation and communication with the outside world because it is vital for FU and RMF to have this. We are now dependent on this cellular signal, and it has helped us a lot. Connectivity is not a problem because we allowed these cell sites to prevail and to be on our roof deck and our helipad. Hindi tayo mawalan ng signal sa lahat ng rooms namin dahil may cell site tayo sa taas. It's one of our major advantages. I think that's the greatest decision that I was a part of because if not, we would probably be in a worse case right now. I'm thankful that we allowed these cell sites to be installed. I'd like to think and hope that all hospitals have that. We have not had any case of cancer regarding cell sites. As a matter of fact, we employ many cell sites and many boosters inside the hospital. For us, it has saved lives. I think with this new normal, we have realized that we are more dependent on this technology. Cell sites, if not connectivity, are a must.
That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join. Daily Tribune will also be launching its latest mobile app, and we want you, our dear viewers, to help us in naming the newest addition in our online family. All you have to do is to like and follow our social media platforms and comment your vote for the following: DT Mobile, Tarsi Go, and Katribu Mobile, and add the hashtag mobile app. Prizes await 10 lucky individuals who voted for the winning name, and check our social media platforms for details. And before we go, I would like to thank the SM Store for my jacket this evening. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel, and you're watching Tribune News on Cue. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.